Welcome back, folks, to another wild ride of Randy Orton season mode and SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. Last time, Randy Orton found himself in a whirlwind of chaos. Let's review. The show didn't start off so hot as we approached Booker T backstage, who called us a sucker. But Randy Orton isn't going to take too kindly to that insult. He showed Booker T and Goldust exactly who the real sucker was, and if you missed it, let's just say Goldust got a little too acquainted with the shower and the wank closet. Ouch. But it wasn't all smooth sailing for the Legend Killer. Technical difficulties tripped him up a couple of times, leading to some, let's just say, unfortunate losses. But fear not, because when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. Just not yet. And speaking of tough, Orton made his mark at Backlash by delivering a knockout punch to Booker T backstage. It seems like Payback's a, well, you know. But just when you think Orton's had enough excitement for one episode, Jerry Lawler swoops in with a proposition. He wants to offer Randy Orton a shot at the tag team titles. But who is his tag team partner? That's what we're about to find out in today's episode. We kick off the first week on the road to Bad Blood, and Randy Orton's backstage waiting to find out who his tag team partner is. The mystery man reveals himself to be RVD, with his zen-like calmness, approaches Randy Orton with a book in hand. He tells Orton, let's not let our past stand in the way. And here's a copy of my autobiography, signed and all. And as RVD strolls off, Orton, with his trademark intensity, eyes the book for a moment. Then, in true Orton fashion, he casually tosses the book to the ground like it's a forgotten piece of gym equipment, wondering what he ever did to deserve a tag team partner like Rob Van Dam. The moment of truth has arrived. Two superstars who are destined to make legacies on their own have come together for a shot at the tag team titles. But it's not going to be an easy feat because they are taking on Scott Steiner and Daniel Bryan. Do they have what it takes to be a formidable tag team? That's what we're about to find out. At the start of this match, Orton seemed dead set on handling things by himself, showing that he doesn't need RVD to win the tag team titles. But as the match started to heat up, it became clear that even the Legend Killer needs a backup plan sometimes. And finally, after some back and forth, Orton relented, tagging RVD into the match. And let me tell you, once RVD got in there, things really started to heat up. Both men brought their A game, showing off some killer teamwork and giving Steiner and Bryan a run for their money. But just like that, in the blink of an eye, Orton managed to pin Scott Steiner with a slick roll-up, securing the victory for their team. But as the dust settles and the cheers fade, the question remains, can they keep up this winning streak? Can they stay on the same page long enough to win the tag team titles?
Damn, I think I injured my foot in the match. And it's kind of a long drive to the hotel. Are you deaf? I said my foot's injured. And you still want me to drive? Nice teamwork. You don't want to give up the title match over something like this, do you? So shut up, get behind the wheel, and let's go. Hey, Randy, you got a minute? Hey, I think I was a little pushy the other day. Sorry about that. Nobody likes bickering over that kind of stuff. I hope we can forget about it. So everything's cool now, right? Cool. So let's have a good match tonight, okay?
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Trying to stay focused on the task at hand, which is a future opportunity at the tag team titles, Randy Orton, despite his best judgment, is going to go back into another tag team match with RVD. But the challenges only get tougher and tougher, as this time he's facing off against the Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Hollywood Rock, who apparently is holding the hardcore title. It's just weird. Despite knowing how good of a match this could have been, unfortunately, the game just wasn't going to work for us again this time. So due to some more technical difficulties, Stone Cold and The Rock picked up the victory over RVD and Randy Orton, but let's be honest, it doesn't count. Gotta get that fixed.
What in the world were you thinking about out there? Don't you even want to be here? That was the worst match I've ever been a part of. Don't give me that look. I've had just about enough of you.
Hey, stop it.
Hold on there, RVD.
You You stay out of it. Everything about this arrangement sucks. I always have to do the paperwork for the rent-a-cars. And then the other day, you ate all the pizza. I can't do this anymore. I quit. I can't see how anyone would want to work with you.
Calm down, RVD. Someone help us. We got a fight over here.
After that whole ordeal, Taz finds Randy Orton in the parking lot, and he approaches him and asks him if he would like to participate in the upcoming UK tour. Looking for any way to get away from Rob Van Dam, Randy Orton accepts, and then it is made official. Randy Orton will be a part of the European tour.
Hi, Randy, RVD. It looks like you'll be fighting for the tag titles at the pay-per-view.
That's right. I'm pretty pumped about it.
How do you feel?
I feel great, of course. We certainly have had some hard times in the past, but Randy really is a good guy. There's no one I count on more. We share a strong bond.
Okay.
I'm sure you do. So, Randy, why did you choose RVD as your partner?
What was that? He's got a good sense of humor, huh?
Nope.
Anyway, the important thing is that we win the tag team titles, and that's what it's all about, baby.
Yes, it certainly is. Thank you, gentlemen. This has been Jonathan Coachman.
After that extremely awkward interview, Randy Orton got to officiate a bodybuilding competition between Triple H and Scott Steiner, and of course, Triple H won with flying colors and had nothing to do with Randy Orton being a part of Evolution or Triple H being the world champion. It had nothing to do with any of that. Just a clean victory for the game, no favoritism whatsoever. For the absolute last time, Randy Orton was going to give it one more shot. Against his better judgment, he was going to team up with RVD one more time to try to secure a number one contenders match for the tag team titles. This time, he's facing Hollywood Rock and also Scott Steiner, because Scott Steiner must be butthurt that Triple H beat him clean in the bodybuilding competition. But this time though, Randy Orton wanted to send a message to RVD saying that he doesn't need him as a tag team partner. So despite RVD's numerous attempts to try to get in the match and try to get tagged in, Randy Orton managed to secure the victory for his team without any help from RVD, proving that he can stand alone, that he doesn't need Rob Van Dam. And this must have struck a chord with RVD, because after the match, he confronted Randy Orton and asked him about that book that he yeeted just a few weeks ago. RVD was very upset that Randy Orton had no interest in reading his stupid autobiography, and now it looks like their shot at the tag team titles might be fading. But is that going to be the case, or will they find a way to put their problems aside in order to secure the tag team championships? Only time will tell. It's the final episode of Raw before the Bad Blood pay-per-view, and RVD kicks off the show inside the ring with a microphone, balloons, and a birthday cake. RVD is trying to reconcile his relationship with Randy Orton ahead of their championship match at the pay-per-view. So he decides to play Randy Orton's music and have him come down so that they can put aside their feelings and focus on the bigger picture, which is the tag team titles. Randy Orton obviously is going to come down to the ring. I mean, there's birthday cake. So Randy Orton's willing to come down to hear RVD out, hear what he has to say, let him apologize so that they might be able to move on and go after the titles.
Now that's a great attitude to have. I'm happy that this little party did the trick. Here, have some birthday cake. You like cake, don't you? Here, let me cut you a piece. Hold out your plate.
Randy Orton says, this cake, the tag team titles, and f*** you, Rob Van Dam. Randy Orton beats the holy hell out of RVD, and that effectively ends their tenure as a tag team. And now it looks like that they are going to be facing off at the pay-per-view. So I just realized I was saying the Bad Blood this entire time, but actually, we're at Judgment Day. But nevertheless, we're facing off against Rob Van Dam in a steel cage match. This tag team has fallen apart at the seams, and it comes to a head right here tonight at Judgment Day, and this is really Randy Orton's chance to make a name for himself and to send a message not only to RVD but to the rest of the superstars in the locker room, and Randy Orton does just that. Quite frankly, he makes quick work of Rob Van Dam. It's almost like this was a Victory Road Jeff Hardy, because RVD just wasn't doing much here, but nevertheless, Randy Orton is victorious, and now he can move on to figuring out what he wants to do next in his career. Apparently, WWE already has plans for Randy Orton, because right when he's about to leave for the evening, he is approached by Jonathan Coachman, and Coach asks if Randy Orton has any interest in getting a manager. There's a lot of women that would love to be Randy Orton's manager, and he says, who do you got? We're going to find out in the next episode. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Make sure you show your support on this video by smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel if you're not subscribed already. Turn on notifications to never miss an upload. If you want to see this series continue, make sure you continue to show your support. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I'll catch you all next time.